Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Liz and I'm a full-time health and fitness coach. And today, whilst we get ready, I'm going to be talking to you about 5 mistakes that I made that I don't want you to make when reaching your goals. Because it would have saved me so much time, money, and I would have got to where I wanted to be a lot quicker. So take note, because these tips are going to be so helpful in order for you to level up your physique. So first things first, just because you're eating healthy, it doesn't guarantee that you're gonna lose weight. Now, the quality of your food is so important. So having loads of whole foods, that's gonna dictate how you feel. But the calories you consume are gonna dictate your weight, and your macros are gonna dictate how you look as well. So your calories is just a unit of energy. You can work out how many calories you need by clicking a link below. I have a free calorie calculator. And then your macros are just big nutrients your body needs. So your protein, carbs, and fats. Now, if you're eating healthy, amazing. This is great for your immune system, great for, your mental health. This is great for how you're feeling. Things like bloating, gut health. However, if you're then over your calories and you're in a calorie surplus, you're eating more than your maintenance calories, you're gonna gain weight. Or if you're not in a calorie deficit, so you're not burning enough calories throughout the day, then you're not gonna be able to lose weight. I actually put on my story the other day, my breakfast. I'm actually in a building phase myself, and so many people were shocked at how many calories it is. And it was a classic, scrambled eggs, avocado, 2 slices of toast. And it's one of those dishes where everyone's like, oh, like super healthy. If I want to go on like a weight loss journey, this is the meal that I need to have. This is the meal I need to force myself to have. And actually, it's the meal I'm forcing myself to have to gain weight. It's really nutrient dense. The avocado gives you healthy fats. The eggs, good source of protein. And as well, it was on sourdough bread, so it's a slow releasing carbohydrate, which is great for stabilizing blood sugar levels and as well for energy. However, it was 913 calories. My DMs were going wild. And it just goes to show that just because it looks healthy doesn't mean it's actually healthy. Like, to put it in perspective, a McDonald's breakfast is about 300 calories. So this is like 3 times the amount of calories, even though it's like healthy. Yes, of course, McDonald's is a little bit more processed, but in terms of fat loss, as long as you're within your calories, you can eat whatever food basically that you want. So the next thing is that I would focus too much on calories burned. So I know a lot of us will go to the gym, we're like, yeah, burn 500 calories, amazing. That's great. However, they're so inaccurate. Even these like fitness watches, I've got a Garmin, by the way, if you want a good fitness watch, this is amazing. The battery life on this is incredible. But anyway, that was not an ad, by the way, but that's beside the point. The amount of calories you burn can be inaccurate by around 60%. So you might be thinking that you're burning 500 calories on the rowing machine or on the treadmill, but you could be burning like 200 calories. It's literally just an estimate. It's on your body weight, the amount of time that you've been on there, and the rest of your stats as well, what an average person would burn. But how much you actually burn is very subjective and very much down to the individual. And even though you might burn loads of calories, in the grand scheme of things, how much you burn in a workout is so minor compared to everything else that you burn throughout the rest of the day. So for example, if you think about it this way, a 1 hour workout is 4% of your day. So amazing, you burn a few hundred calories, but most of us would burn over 1,000 calories just from being alive. So we have a thing called our TDE. This is our total daily energy expenditure, and this is how much we burn throughout the day. And this is made out of 4 components. The first component, BMR, like I said, just from being alive, we burn over 1,000 calories, majority of us. The amount exactly is very much dependent on your weight, height, age, activity level. The next biggest way we burn energy is for our NEAT, so our non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So this any movement outside of our workouts. The next biggest way we burn energy isn't from our workouts still, it's from how much we burn from eating food. From digesting food, our body burns energy, and this is called our thermic effect of food. And then the next way we burn energy is for our workouts. Think about it this way. If you are doing that 1 hour workout, that is amazing. If you burn 400 calories, great. But if you're then sat down for the rest of the 96% of the day, not doing anything, you're not gonna be burning that much. So even though you might be thinking that you're burning a lot, 1, fitness watches are really inaccurate. 2 as well, it takes up such a small amount of how much that you actually burn throughout the day. There's so many better things to focus on rather than just how many calories that you burn in your spin class. Also, to add to that, something that I used to be guilty of is I would always eat back my calories burned. So I'd be like, great, I've done a 300 calorie cycle. Amazing, great, you've done cycling, moving your body, it's really good for your health. But then you don't want to eat back the calories burned because, like I said, it's inaccurate. And as well, the whole point of a calorie deficit is that you're burning more than you're consuming. So if you're then eating back all the calories, which is really inaccurate anyway, you're probably going to end up eating at maintenance, if not in a surplus. So eating more than what you need, just maintain your weight, and then you're not going to see any physique progress as well. So basically, ignore your fitness watch, don't focus on calories burnt, enjoy your workout, focus on longevity, and actually moving your body to feel good. Don't eat back the calories burnt. Focus on other things if you want to burn more throughout the day, like walking, like your step. The next mistake I did was not eating enough protein, and this gave me that like skinny fat look. I don't really like to use that phrase, but it's kind of the best way to describe it. So I lost weight, but I felt skinny, I felt fluffy, and I was like, like, why do I not feel toned? Like, I want to feel defined, I want to feel lean, I want to be one of those women who have like amazing, like just defined muscles. Like, why do I not look like that? You know, I've lost weight now. Why am I not happy with my physique? And it's because you've experienced muscle depletion. Your weight's gone down, but this is mainly because of the muscle wastage which has occurred. And the reason muscle wastage can occur is because you're not having enough protein and you're not doing enough resistance training. We're not doing enough resistance training and we don't have enough protein and we're in a calorie deficit. Our body is looking for a source of fuel. Our body doesn't like being in a calorie deficit. So what it does is like, okay, I need energy. Where am I going to take that energy from? If you aren't doing any resistance training to keep your muscle and you're not doing any protein and you're not having enough protein to maintain that muscle, then your body's like, you know what, I want some fat on our body, so I'm going to use muscle as fuel. So our body uses muscle as fuel, then what happens? We lose weight, but that comes from our muscle mass. So we start to feel skinny, we start to feel fluffy, and we still have that body fat on us because our body's using muscle as fuel rather than fat. Now, you don't have to be eating loads of protein each day, depends on your intensity of your workouts as well, but I would recommend a minimum of 1.2 to 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. I personally eat a little bit more than this, but this is because my calories are nearly at 3,000 calories right now, so I'm eating a lot of calories, so in proportion to the amount of calories I'm having, I need to make sure I'm having enough protein, but that is the range that I recommend. The more protein you have doesn't necessarily mean better results. If you go and have 300 grams of protein, it doesn't mean that you're going to suddenly maintain and build loads of muscle mass. However, within that range, if you are on the higher side, it is going to be more beneficial for MPS, which is muscle protein synthesis, which is going to help with the recovery and the repairing of your muscles after your workouts. So therefore, after your workouts, you're going to be less likely to see muscle depletion, you're going to have better recovery, and therefore, when you are trying to lose fat and tone up and lose weight, you're going to be a lot more likely to be able to hold on to a lot more muscle mass. And the next mistake I see a lot of people do is seeing supplements as something which is going to be like a cure for everything. DMs about fat burners and Liz, like, is this going to help me? Now, a lot of these things, unfortunately, just prey on our vulnerabilities, and it's a way for companies to make money. So if they tell you you're going to lose fat by taking this supplement, you're probably going to want to take it if you're desperate. Like, hand on my heart, like, I have taken fat burners before. Am I proud of it? No. Did it work? Unfortunately not. These fat burners, they just have added things like green tea, you know, caffeine in. Obviously that makes you feel more alert, more energized. If you're more energized, you're then more likely to then move more. If you move more, then you're going to be burning more. If you're burning more, then you're going to be able to see more progress as well. So I think it's really, really important to know that supplements can aid in fitness journey, but it's not going to be life-changing unless you're focusing on the foundations. Now the 4 foundations I'd really like to focus on when trying to make progress is nutrition, movement, sleep, and stress. If you can nail these foundations and you've done everything you possibly can, and hand on heart, you know you've given your all in all these 4 things, then focusing on supplementation can be beneficial for you. But really focus on these 4 fundamentals. Focus, you know, if you want to lose fat, being in that calorie deficit, eating high protein. For the exercise, you're making sure that you're following a structured workout plan. For your sleep, making sure you're having 7 to 9 hours of sleep per day to help with recovery. For your stress, make sure that your stress is lowered. This will help reduce cortisol levels. This will help reduce inflammation and also help with water retention as well. Focus on these things, and then afterwards I recommend looking into supplements. I'm going to give you some that you can use in order to optimize your journey. However, remember, like I said, they aren't magical. Focus on the 4 main pillars of your health and fitness journey to begin with, and then we can focus on supplementation. But these are the ones that I use, which I've generally seen such a big difference with. The first one is creatine. Now, creatine is one of the most researched supplements. So we all have creatine in our bodies, and creatine just allows us to produce more ATP. ATP is energy, and if we have more energy, we can have better workouts. As well as this, creatine allows our body to pull more water into our muscles. So if you have more water into your muscles, it's going to give you a fuller look, and as well help with recovery from our workouts as well. The other thing that you don't have to do, but that is having a protein powder. Definitely not essential, but for me, now I'm trying to have so much protein especially, it is just a really effective, cost-efficient way in order for me to get my protein in. Please be mindful though that if you are kind of prone to having maybe a bit of digestive upset, if you are prone to getting bloated, then being conscious of having whey protein. Just because it's a dairy protein, it can be very hard for our body to break down to digest. I actually take a vegan protein, and this vegan protein has a digestive enzyme in, so it can help breaking down the protein, and as well, because it's vegan, it's a little bit easier on the stomach. I'm not vegan myself, but it's just a little bit easier on the stomach and can help the digestive process. Last mistake you're probably making, which I also made as well, is not focusing on reducing stress in your body. Now, I don't just mean you need to focus on meditation and mindfulness and, focus on not having any stress. Life is stressful sometimes, but what I'm saying is focus on reducing your stress as much as possible internally as well. So for example, don't skip meals. When you skip meals and you go for long periods of time without food, your body gets inflamed, your body is stressed, your body doesn't want to be in a severe calorie deficit for majority of the day. Try and keep your meals nice and regular, and that's going to prevent you from feeling inflamed, feeling bloated as well. I don't know if you can hear my dog in the background. 2 seconds. Chico! Anyway, that will stop you from feeling bloated, that will stop you from feeling inflamed, because your body will be less stressed. Alongside that is focusing on getting a lot of your foods from whole foods, because this will help with excess inflammation and stress on the body. This will help reduce the stress on your body. Now, I'm not saying you need to eat clean, but focusing on the 80-20 approach, where 80% of the food you get from whole foods, and then the other 20% of the foods you get from those less nutritious fun foods. That way you're going to give your body what it needs, but also you're not restrictive either. But by focusing a lot on whole foods, that is going to reduce the stress in your body. It's easy for your body to digest, rather than normally naturally low in sugar. But the other thing you can do on the topic of stress, and not kind of like underestimating the power of it, is actually focusing on having some downtime, making sure that you're having time to relax and recharge, because a lot of the time it's like just go, 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 and it's great to get things done, and I'm definitely being guilty of this, to just keep going and keep going and keep going. However, when our body is in a stress state, like I said, we do start to feel inflamed, and what can happen is if our cortisol levels are so high for so long, we experience a bit of insulin resistance. So when we are trying to lose fat, it can make the process a little bit harder. So doing things like mindfulness each day can help. So I practice gratitude every single day. I have affirmation cards as well. Let me go and find one. I got one. So I got affirmation cards as well. So this one says, the more I focus on my mind, on the good in my life, the more that comes into my life. So just having this positive reinforcement that helps reduce stress levels, just allows us to shift our focus to the good in our life, and allows us to feel a lot better as well. I know some people go into saunas, I know some people focus on meditation. Whatever it might be, just making sure that you're focused on reducing the stress levels. If you're always stressed, it's going to inhibit MPS, which is muscle protein synthesis, and mean it's a lot harder to build muscle and maintain muscle when you're in a fat loss phase, and therefore you're not going to be able to optimize your physique. So there we have it. Those are just some mistakes that I made along my health and fitness journey that I don't want you to make. Hopefully that was helpful, and if you do have any questions about fitness or nutrition, then just leave a comment below, or if there's any topics you'd like me to cover, then just let me know. Or if you're looking for one-to-one support, then click the link below to inquire about my one-to-one coaching.